Hey Nakul, can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, why not? Definitely yes.
Okay, my first question is which template is best for essay writing to get more marks in writing?
Oh, this is a commonly asked question. To tell you the truth, no template will give the marks. So whichever template you want, you're free to use, but make sure you don't make silly grammatical errors and the spelling mistakes. If you make, let's say, 5 spelling mistakes, for sure you're gonna lose more than 6-7 marks. On the other hand, essay will give you max of 8 to 10 marks. So whichever the template you use, like getting a very high marks in writing is not guaranteed because writing marks will come from reading fill in the blanks. I mean, reading, writing fill in the blanks, listening fill in the blank, and write from dictation. Essay is not a huge, the marks contributor in your writing module, but yes, like 8 to 10 marks matter. So any template you can use for that matter, but make sure there are no spelling mistakes when you write, and there is no simple, silly grammatical error. Hope that answered your question.
Yes. And does content matter in describe image?
Absolutely no. Me being a techie, have worked in IT industry for over 6 years, in the AI segment as well. See, we have the eyes. So what we see, we believe, correct? There is a picture and we are able to see the picture, what is inside the picture. And we tend to assume that a software also has eyes, retina, eyeballs like us, has a brain like us. No, it cannot see what is inside a picture. And they cannot code as well because like a picture can speak 1,000 different things. So there is no marks at all for content. In the Pearson score guide they have written that as 5 for content. That's all wrong. What gives you marks is only fluency. So you can have a one generic answer and speak and repeat the same answer for all the 4-5 questions that you get, and this is working. This is guaranteed working. It's been working since 5 to 6 years for more than 40,000 students of mine who have 90 speaking.
And does one line work in read aloud?
Absolutely yes, why not? See, I'll tell you the strategy behind read aloud. Let's say a person is reading a paragraph. If the person reads the first line perfectly, how our mind works, our mind thinks the rest of the lines also this person would read perfectly. What if you read first line completely wrong, rest of the lines also you would read it mostly wrong? That's a perception, human perception. So first line will work one line, but if you make some mistakes in the one line, for sure you will not be expecting a very good score. So my suggestion is don't read one line, read full. If you really have trouble in terms of the pronunciation, the content in the read aloud, then I would suggest read at least 2 lines. Don't just stick to one line. That's my suggestion. But if you think you don't have a problem in the read aloud, don't risk it. Read the entire lines.
Can I use same template for read a lecture and summarize spoken text?
See, the first thing is summarize spoken text hardly contributes 4 to 5 marks. Even read a lecture 4 to 5 marks. So no template can give you marks here. If you want to make the process of retell and summarize spoken text a bit more easier, then yes, you can use a template. Let's say you're using a template in retell lecture which mostly covers all the words in the template, where you are adding few things on your own. If that is the case in retell lecture, let's say you're speaking 5 lines, all the 5 lines are big template lines and you're putting one line. If you're doing it for retell lecture, it's fine. But summarize spoken text, content also matters. Doesn't mean that retell lecture content doesn't matter. Retell lecture content is not a priority, but summarize spoken text content actually gives you some 2-3 marks there. So my suggestion is don't use the same template. Summarize spoken text, use less template as possible. Summarize spoken text, try to like something like the talk was about. Firstly, write on your own. Secondly, write on your own. Furthermore, in addition, in conclusion. On the other hand, for speaking, you can use a lengthy template that could help you get a better fluency. For example, the lecture gives the important key points and the relevant information about. In the beginning, the speaker explained about. Later, the speaker talked about the importance of. Something like this you can use in retell lecture, where it has mostly the words are covered from the template. But in summarize spoken text, if you want 79 plus, because it contributes some 3 to 4 marks content, try to use as less as template as possible in the summarize spoken text.
And my reading is always stuck in 60s. What is the best advice you can offer?
Okay, reading 60 can be, because of multiple reasons. They may have a problem in read aloud, they may have a problem in summarize spoken text, they may have a problem in highlight incorrect words, they may have a problem, definitely yes, in the reading fill in the blanks, reading, writing fill in the blanks. So may I expect, what is the score that you have got in other modules? You said reading 60, what about other modules?
It is all in around 80s and 90s.
Great. So speaking, you've got 90, is it?
Yeah.
What about writing?
79.
Great. Listening?
85.
And 100% the problem is read aloud. What people think is my speaking is 90, so I don't really have to work towards my read aloud. Oh, that's the biggest assumption if you're making. See, writing marks come from reading and listening. So if your writing is above 79, trust me, you don't actually have a problem in the actual reading module, that is reading fill in the blanks, reading writing fill in the blanks. You may not have a problem. So that sums up saying read aloud could be a culprit. But I have speaking 90. Just speak fast, man. You will get speaking 90. Having speaking 90 does not mean that you are getting completely full marks from the speaking to the reading. There is a way to read. In that way you read. Your reading goes up. So here in your case, if you have got reading 16, rest of it above 79, it's 99% sure. I'm sure that this could be a problem of read aloud, which people don't accept, and they keep on giving exam again and again. So it should be read aloud.
I have very hard time improving on my spelling. How do I improve on my spelling?
The science behind spelling is not very easy. See, most of the people, what they do is they try to spell the word from the way it sounds. That may work to your local language, but in English that may not be the case, because the language itself is very complex and most of the words have been borrowed from other languages, like it could be French, Latin, could be different languages. So for example, if I say the word separate, separate, it doesn't work from the way it sounds, correct? So the science behind speaking is, whenever you watch a word, let's say separate, I've read it multiple times in my life, in any book. I have a book here. In this book also I have read the word separate. But when you read the word separate, this technique is called like photocopy. In a Xerox machine, what do? You put a paper, exact copy will be formed. The same way, when you read, the exact picture of separate should come and settle here. Let's say picture of elephant, you get a picture of elephant here. Picture of a lion, you get a picture of lion here. If I say cheetah, you get a picture of a cheetah. If I say separate, don't go by letters just because you know them. See them as a picture, form, just like a photocopy. Xerox machine, just keep it here, and whenever you want, you take it out, read it. That means how to improve spellings is very simple. The approach matters the most. If you go behind its pronunciation, letter E has to come, A has to come, for sure you're gonna forget that in the next 5 or 10 minutes. The only way you can improve spelling is by reading books. You read you read consciously, so that exact word will store here. For example, this word separate, if I close my eyes, I'm seeing separate. I'm seeing that. You have to say it. If you are not seeing it, all the viewers who are watching this video, just close your eyes and see the word separate. If you are seeing a different word, then the problem is there. If you're seeing separate, then the problem is fixed. That means the form should be stored here. When you read consciously. That's the best method to improve on your spellings.
And one last question. I practiced well my speaking section, but in exam I started fumbling. Why is that?
It's a very simple answer. I practiced a lot, but I never prepared my mind. There's a story, a king was going to battle around for the next 2 days, and he was on his way to another dynasty. He has told all his soldiers how to fight. But he never taught them how to build the courage. The same way here, we are practicing. PTE, I know speaking, I know this technique, that technique, this technique, but how to handle the pressure, boss? The same way, how you practice, describe image template, read aloud questions, repeat sentence. The same way, 5 minutes, practice the courage. Prepare for the environment. Assume that you are in that environment where 10 people are surrounding you. Of course, your mind will be distracted. Anxiety issues, fumbles, pressure, under tremendous pressure. My hands are shaking, legs are shaking. So you need to prepare for that on an everyday basis and talk to yourself. Convince your mind on an everyday basis that it's going to be okay. It's definitely going to be okay. I don't mind even if I get 0. All I want is I have to enjoy this exam. Let others speak, let others shout in the examination hall. I will not be under in any pressure. These things one should keep on repeating on an everyday basis for 5 to 10 minutes. So the way we practice speaking, the same way we have to practice this particular environment and prepare ourselves. One who does it, see, this is not required for everybody. Some are very brave by nature, but this is required for those who are facing issues here. 5 minutes of meditation where they just talk to themselves to be very strong, to be very courageous, and to be very calm. And one more thing, a small thing that I would like to say, smile therapy actually works. When you keep smiling, all the tension, all the stresses will be completely relieved. So if you feel that in the examination hall, I may get that pressure, I may fumble, just have a smile in your face and take a deep breath. All those will relax your muscles, relax your mind, and help you ace towards that 90 overall.
That's all, Nakul. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this session. I really hope people who are watching this video made use of it. Anytime you need an online assistance, you can reach us out and clarify all your doubts just the way we clarified you today. Thanks for watching skillspte Academic. This is Nakul signing off. Till then, take care.